Sorry for podcasting.
So there was this movie I watched as a young person, and it's like did that thing where you're so young that it etched into your imagination and you constantly obsess over it.
Yeah.
And I still haven't looked it up. It's horrifying. So it's a movie about this man who has like a bump on his shoulder.
Okay.
And then it slowly starts growing into another head of his.
Horrifying.
And then that head is like the evil one or whatever.
Yeah,
And
the 80s were crazy.
Takes over. And so I just pictured like if you had a Jerry come in.
Oh. Oh no. Oh God. Don't even see this in my imagination. I am genuinely so traumatized by Jerry Seinfeld. Like this is like, it's become a bit because it's funny. And then I feel like whenever I've told a therapist, they think it's funny and then we just move on because all I want to do is talk about the funny aspects of it. But I am genuinely like, if someone tries to watch Seinfeld around me, I'm like,
yeah. Are you ever with your therapist and you're like, I don't know if we should be laughing this much.
Not as much because my therapist blocked me immediately as using humor as a coping mechanism. So she kind of doesn't let me do it as much. But also I have this like writing. So I do like pretty sad jokes. That's like kind of my thing. I tend to like do.
I think you and I have that edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where similar, we're like, different way execution. But yeah.
Stinging honesty behind things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very vastly different execution, I think.
Execution,
but like a very similar vibe.
You come from like a more intellectual, like high IQ type of deal, and I come from more like a swinging dick, silly.
Yeah. I think mine's a little drier. You're a little more whimsical on stage, and I'm kind of more dry cutting. I guess. And vulgar. I'm super. Yeah. But like, so I have a writing process with my therapist. Okay. This is how we wrote Free Kittens, and I'm working on a new play.
Wait, you and your therapist wrote Free Kittens? You're finally giving her the credit. You're like, I never said this.
No, I talk about it all the time, actually. Yeah. Like every time I do an interview, I always bring it up.
Teasing.
But like, so the process, and I've done it for just like regular jokes too, is anytime I write jokes about something like particularly traumatizing or something that upsets me, what I do is I go into therapy with the jokes. I like send them ahead of time. And then she asks me questions about the thing that happened and makes me feel the feelings. And then I rewrite based on that.
Yeah.
And it works really well.
Deep. I like that. It's so many layers, so many levels.
Yeah. And it also helps because like something that happens when you do jokes about things that make you sad and you just like, you repeat it so many times that it sort of loses its meaning. And then eventually you get like one audience member who will come up to you after a show and ask you something like so cutting and so fucked up that you just fall into like a PTSD spiral. Has this happened to you?
And you're like, oh, I thought I was comfortable with talking about this. Yeah. And then I guess I'm not because I'm friggin' sight right now. Yeah.
That's why I talk about it in therapy.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. So that that doesn't happen. And also I think it makes the jokes and like when I'm doing a play, it's like not just jokes, it's also commentary, right? Because like that's sort of the style that I've written more serious like storytelling stuff in is like joke. And then also now I'm going to talk for, 4 minutes about
information.
Yeah. Or like emotions.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like 5 minutes of comedy and 4 minutes of the most emotionally devastating thing you've ever heard. That's sort of my preference.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think that's but it's also like, it's a weird style of comedy because I don't think it fits everywhere.
Feels like kind of Berbigula kind of.
Yeah.
In the sense that there's all those layers, this emotional like anchor way down deep in the sea,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
I do too.
You can watch it a lot.
Yeah.
And especially when there's a story, there's like so much less pressure on the comedy. So then the comedy kind of flourishes, especially with the tension of the seriousness.
You need more time though, is the only thing. It's like harder.
Yeah.
And then it's hard.
You need more for sure.
It's hard to get the length of set that I need to like work.
Yeah.
Like a 5-minute set is really hard. Like I can't really do anything interesting in 5 minutes.
Right. But it's also, I find with that kind of stuff too, in the future, you can kind of like rewrite it back, and it becomes more stand-up-ish than less
Yeah.
storytelling-ish. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool because it lightens as you're working through the actual trauma and
Yeah.
stuff. Trauma, drama, emotions.
It depends on the focus of the bit, right? Because if it's something that's like internal and it's about me, it's easier because the audience is getting my vibe as I'm speaking. But if I'm trying to talk about someone else, I need 3 minutes to explain my mother if I'm going to do a bit about my mom.
You please always do everything about your mom.
It's hard because my mom went into like a treatment program, had full blown ego death, and has completely changed her life around.
I know. I love this story. It's because Megan was talking about her mom
all the time, constantly, because it was how I processed trauma.
It was a catalyst. It was a catalyst for her to look at things like in a real way.
Yeah.
And this is like the best thing that could be unfolding from your art.
I specifically told you, we did a show. I ran a show on Mother's Day called Mommy Dearest. We were thinking about doing it this year again, but I was in a flare, so it didn't work out. But we should try to do it next time.
Yeah.
But like, we did this show, and you did 20, I did 30, and then Danielle Florence hosted. And at the end of the show, I'd also just come off of like a very bad depressive episode, so I was in a particularly bitchy mood. And this is before my mom went into therapy. And at the time, she sucked hard. She was a terrible person. Sorry, Mom. And
she knows. She knows.
She knows. She knows. Her therapist knows. Everyone who's ever followed her on Facebook knows.
Anyone who's ever been to Crumby Comedy.
Anybody who's ever seen a comedy show in Vancouver that I've been on. So like, we were talking about it, and you were like, yeah, I hated my mom too, and then we made up. And I remember being like, my mom will never change. And like, I was so mad, and I think I like kind of snapped on you for implying that she was gonna get her shit together. And I don't think you were right. I think that you cursed me. I don't think I don't think that
I cursed you into her rehabilitating.
I think that you did a magic spell on me. I don't think that my mom would have gotten better if we hadn't have fought about this.
Maybe.
She went into,
I would like to think I had that kind of impact, but I'm sure
she went into treatment 2 weeks later.
Wow.
And she'd been into treatment before. Like the thing about my mom is she used to go to therapy and then like have this grand realization that she was the real victim. And then declare me a monster who doesn't remember anything correctly. You know what I mean? Like it was just the same thing over and over again. And I know for a fact, because my mom told me, that when my mom was in therapy, this particular therapist kept being like, is that how your daughter would remember this situation?
Amazing.
Yeah. And
that's she kept therapist doing their job.
And then I guess she kept being like, no, that's not what Megan would say about this.
So funny. It brings to mind something I just read quickly scrolling is like only 1 out of 51 murderers have remorse about.
Wow.
So it like reminds me of the fact that she was going into therapy and then becoming the victim, because that's what these murderers are doing. They're literally they're in jail and then talking to like legit psychiatrists and being like, no, they were in the wrong. Their partner. These are people who murdered their partners.
Oh yeah. Right.
And
I think I heard about this.
It's just very fortunate that she's the type of personality or doesn't have the extreme disorder where she stays in the victim mentality.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think she did. What's so frustrating about this is like, she finally got the help she needed. And it's just like, I just feel like we lost so much time because she didn't get support.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad more than angry.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of with like a lot of things like, people suffering mental illnesses, people suffering addiction issues. It's you kind of gotta leave it in the past. You can't really. I know it's like I'm not in the same exact situation as you, but it's just like live for now. It's exciting. It's happening. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I did a Father's Day show, like something about not having a dad or whatever. And I'm estranged. I just recently reached out to him and I said something like, it was on Father's Day, and I said something like, just forgive like if you're here because you have
Mhm.
daddy issues, like just forgive them. Like,
See, even now that my mom has changed her mind, I still don't believe that. I think being no contact is fine.
no, I'm saying forgiveness, not for them.
Oh, for you, like let go.
Well, yeah, because I said just forgive them, and I didn't really complete my thing, and then someone went, no, and the audience are like, I'm not gonna do it. I was just like,
yeah,
I was like, no, but like if you can,
Yeah.
like do it for yourself, for your own, to like, you know, put the burden down, like to, you know, I don't know, set it down for like we've been holding it all our lives,
Yeah.
you know, this type of thing. But yeah, I'm really excited that that's going on between you and your mom.
Yeah, we have a really. I mean, there's still like some sticky spots that are coming up now, but like for the most part, we got a pretty good relationship. And it's weird, but also like her parents also sucked. Like,
Exactly. It's secular.
I've always known that. But like, there's a story about my mom burning the house down when she was 4.5 years old, making fish and chips with a deep fryer. And like, why were you hungry?
Alex's face right now. He's like,
why are you hungry at 4.5 years old enough to make fish and chips unsupervised? You know what I mean? Like that immediately is like huge red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my mom told me that she used to like walk around her neighborhood, and if someone had food smells coming out, she would like knock on the door and be like, wow, your cooking smells so good, and like dry beg for food.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like fucked up. It's like really, really fucked up. Like the amount of neglect and shit. So like I understand how she got the way she got, but it's like,
yeah.
And then my dad is kind of just like a guy that I know.
Same.
He's just like, I know who he is. He's sort of around, but like, I don't yearn for a father. I don't think I respect men enough as a whole to yearn for fathers. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Sorry, Alex. Apologies.
I'm actually so upset. I'm leaving.
Yeah. I'm never getting asked back. Yeah, I think you gotta believe in the patriarchy to yearn for a father, and I simply don't.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's this like concept of like fatherless behavior, and I think that that's really fascinating.
What do you mean?
Well, have you not seen this? This is like right-wing people think that, I mean, I think it's a cultural thing, but it's like really big in like the red pill space that women without fathers are slutty.
Oh, well, I had the phase.
Yeah, I mean, I had the phase too. But I was trying to collect data when I had my slut phase. I was trying to,
it was for science.
I feel like I need to explain this. I was in a relationship with someone that I strongly believe was probably asexual. And when I left him, I got a therapist the day before I broke up with him. I took the first therapist available.
Yeah.
And I went on and I literally took it from like one of the like call pods at my workplace. And I was like, hi, I'm breaking up with my shitty boyfriend in 1 hour. I never want to get in an abusive relationship again. I just need a therapist to, walk me through making sure that I figured that shit out. But I didn't realize that the first therapist that was available was the sex therapist. Like that was one of her specialities, because I didn't like look into it at all. I was just like, who is available right before I dump my boyfriend?
Yeah.
That was the only so like he was asexual. He was like mortified and grossed out by my body and like never wanted to have sex. And
wait, did he say that stuff to you? Or you just, I thought you were just assuming.
Well, I'm assuming that he was asexual. What he actually said was because I was too heavy, but he told me I was too fat. My life is really sad, guys. Yeah, that was like but he was just never interested in sex, even at points where I was thinner. Like I'm not. We've been broken up for 8 years. He's never gotten into another relationship. Never really seemed to date. Like, I don't know. Like maybe he might be gay. I don't think he is, because I kept telling him like, hey, I think men fucking is hot. Mm-hmm. If you want to do that.
Yeah.
I got no problem. And he was always.
This is when you're in the open thing.
Yeah, we got into an open relationship because he wanted to just outsource me getting fucked. So we had an open relationship, and it was like hiring a maid.
Oh.
Like that was his approach to it. He had no issues with this even remotely. And I ended up dumping him because I was like, I'm going to fall in love with someone.
Yeah.
And then leave you. And I mean, he also did suck, but that was anyway, my point is that after that, I told my new therapist, like, I've been with a man who wasn't attracted to me, and then I'd slept with one other person after him. The first person I slept with after, he told me I was hot while we were having sex, and I was like, "Are we gonna get married? Are we in love? Like, this is love, right?" Like, no one had ever, because my ex was the first person I ever had sex with, and he would often like make gross comments about my body that were like not chill, not cool, because he was trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
He was constantly trying to get out of fucking me in whatever way.
But it's just like, break up.
Yeah, just don't. Well, no, because he likes. I'm a good
be
cook.
brave.
Yeah, he hated me, but he liked having professional quality meals on the table, and I did all of the cooking and cleaning and stuff. Anyway, whatever. My life is sad. My point is that I told my therapist about this, and she was like, "Yeah, that's like a normal thing for a man to tell you when you're having sex with them. Almost all of the time, in fact, they will make a comment about how you're hot or they're having a good time. They don't usually tell you they're having a bad time. That's not normal.
That's what I'm going to do next.
And I was like, I think I just need to have sex with a lot of people to get some data on what is normal. And she was like, if that's what you feel like you need to do, because she's sex positive, that was a bad idea. She shouldn't have told me to do that. Because at the time I was working as a sales development representative, and my entire job was getting things in my calendar, like my person ahead of me's calendar. So then I took that logic and applied it to Tinder and just fucked so many people.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I was disassociating
I don't know
for
if
most of it. It was, but yeah.
I don't know if that was progressive or not, but
I don't know. I think it could have been fine. I think it could have been fine if the men I was fucking were better at sex, but I like the kind of men that I'm attracted to are few and far between, but they're usually that's the other problem. I think I might be like more gay than straight. But like the men that I'm attracted to are like kind of cucks. I love a beta cuck. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what I'm into. So none of them were like particularly confident or sexually experienced. So I don't think they were having a good time. I wasn't having a good time because they were just like, people would be like constantly like, I can't believe you wanted to hook up. And I'd be like, yeah. You took me to Earl's.
So
of course
funny.
I want to.
Vancouver's a whole other story.
Yeah. Just the combination of trauma and autism that I've got going on is...
I don't know. I find the West Coast is funny because there's like this like laid back vibe surfacely
around sex. Well, okay.
Just generally,
yeah,
it feels like with I'm gonna break plans. I'm gonna make plans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not do the stand up show. I'm gonna go to the beach instead. You know, this type of thing. But then I find actually that it's way more like Toronto is like way more of a abundant like place where people are comfortable with sexuality and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But also I was there when I was younger and I was more kind of dating.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been here in a long-term relationship except for the last 3 years. So, and even then I'm like, traumatized. So I've only been on like 3 dates.
Yeah, Vancouver has like a reputation for being like emotionally cold.
But I think that from what I've seen just from my 3 dates, like people are less forthright is what I will say. Or my last dates were actually forthright, but I don't know. This is the feedback I get from other people who have been dating, like a lot of other friends and people who have been dating is that I don't know. It's just kind of like a uptight situation. But you did all your stuff here, so
yeah. I mean,
your research.
It was a crazy time. Truly, like I can't.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm projecting.
No, I'm weird. So I did my research project. And then the conclusion was that I should not have sex with people immediately because I was having sex with a lot of people I wasn't attracted to.
Oh, yeah.
Was part of the problem. So now I don't have sex on a first date unless I get really drunk and I can't keep my hands off that. You know what I mean? Like if my body wants it, then sure. I don't have like a prohibition against sex on the first date. But I think like I've got to like be very attracted to the person.
Yeah, I think I'm a sapio demisexual.
Mm.
I don't think I know. I actually picture though you in your next Fringe show, like having like PowerPoint and whatever and everything about all the escapades and this is what I found it in my research. Yeah, you must have a high IQ.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like you're super smart.
I kind of nerd out about stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know. The problem with the research project is that I was disassociating really hard at the time, so I actually don't remember any of these people's names. I was organizing the people that I slept with by just deleting anyone I didn't have sex with off of Tinder. And then I had all of the people I had sex with on the Tinder. And that was how I was keeping track. But I didn't realize that when people delete Tinder, they disappear.
Oh.
And I went to go like do the math and like refresh my memory on everything. And I was like, everyone is gone. They're all unnamed user with no profile photo
people
now.
Delete and upload the dating apps like nothing.
Yeah, I deleted them all. But that's mostly because I don't have the energy right now. Like I can only leave my house like two times a week.
I also haven't dated on the dating apps. I've just
you do speed dating,
I did
right?
No, I did Facebook dating. I had
so cursed.
I had one day where I got stood up twice.
I recall specifically telling you not to do this, and you did not listen to me.
I know, but my friend Kathleen had just died, and I needed a distraction, and
and I think that's what she would have wanted. She would have definitely wanted you.
Me too. And that's what I was thinking. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go for the throat of dating right now. And I had this old phone, so I just had Facebook dating on it. Literally 2 dates stood me up in one day.
And then didn't you get
morning for coffee, and then at night, it was crazy.
Didn't you get like a light stalking situation out of Facebook dating too? Was that you?
No.
You didn't have like a creepy person who wouldn't leave you alone?
I've had lots of those, but like right now I'm a little nervous. I answered maybe what would be a spam in Instagram. I don't know. And now I'm like Spirungo, that's one of my online people that harass me. So I'm like, oh no, did I? Because they always have different accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I did Facebook dating, and this is have I told you this story? Have you seen me do this story on stage about Ernie being at Funky Winker Beans?
Yeah. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
So that was the evening of the double stand up. I mean, being stood up.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's a bit, so I'm not gonna say it on the pod, but but
you have to buy a ticket for a show.
Yeah, go see some comedy, why don't you? But yeah, I might get into dating. I don't know, I keep having one date or 2 dates and then being like, I don't think I'm ready, and then stop dating.
Yeah.
And then it's nice though that guys have just asked me out like from meeting in person. I like that. It reminds me of the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you just actually meet someone first before you just go through photos that are like
may or may not be accurate.
No feeling.
Yeah. And now if people are just using AI to write their profiles, I can't go back out there now. I can't can't do it. I'm not like, there's too many men have gone red pill. They're using AI for shit. I don't want to be out there right now. I can't. I don't want to do. I literally don't have the energy.
Yeah, feel free to not answer this, Alex, but are you taking some time? Because I know that
I should have updated you on that. We're now actually back together.
Yay! Okay,
so,
good.
giving it another go. So that's why I had nothing to contribute to this. But hopefully that.
Oh, that's good.
Hopefully it stays that way.
He was sad, so it makes me feel happy that they're back together.
I think that sadness wasn't going away, so I was like, I should probably try again, and then at least then I'll know. Like when you're uncertain, it's like, so
that's great.
That's nice.
That's the happy ending.
It's good to know that some people are having a good time out there.
Yeah,
I always thought the city. I've heard people complain about it. I've only been here 2.5 years, but I thought it was much better than where I was from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, just like, I don't know, I suppose where I was from, I was living there in my early 20s, and there's like the worst housing crisis ever there. So there's all the people
everybody live with
my
their
age were all
mom.
living at home with parents and stuff. That was probably a big difference, but just generally, yeah, I don't know. I always found on nights out here and stuff, it's a lot easier to just end up talking to someone. And that thing you said of in person was I always thought that was much better here than maybe at home. Everyone was just so blackout all the time on nights out.
Right.
Who knows? But yeah, I always thought it was okay.
Interesting.
But again, I've got that different perspective.
Yeah, I feel like I said two different things. I said, yeah, like the guys I was with were forthright, but I guess the feedback from other people is that, and then also I got the 2 stand-ups. Like this, I got stood up twice. So like, but yeah, I'm Sapio Demi, and then the last few dates I went on, these guys are like, they're actually moving too fast for that.
Yeah.
You know, what is that? Sapio Demi?
So Demi is emotionally connecting, like attracted to an emotional bond, and Sapio is intellectual.
Right. So that's where you find your attraction more.
Yeah, I need that. Yeah. Actually, okay. Like I don't think at this point. I think maybe when I was younger I could have been just attracted, but I think even maybe then no. Like I had to be laughing. I had to be like actually like feeling like we were on some kind of unique level or something of connection. Yeah. So I probably at least had to have one of those, which was either the emotional bond, like you go through something interesting together and find out about each other, or the intellectual one. But yeah. So like recently a guy told me he liked me, and he said he likes the way my brain worked. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that was a really nice compliment. Yeah, it's a really nice compliment. But yeah, so we'll see about that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible that's what I've got going on. The problem is that I'm like, my attachment style is fearful avoidant. Like I can't.
I'm disorganized.
Oh yeah. So it'll be easier for you to form a connection. I'm the second I get a whiff of a red flag, I'm like, and then I run. I can't. I just don't. I find like other avoidant people to be more interesting to me. I like it. I think it takes the pressure
make you
off.
work for it too.
Well, yeah, I was sleeping with someone who's also quite avoidant not too long ago, and it was like there was kind of something fun to the fact that anytime it felt like that person was going to catch feelings, it was like it felt like a competition, like it felt like a tug of war. Like anytime they were sweet to me and I thought they were like catching feelings, I'd be like, fucking loser. Look at this loser. Look at this loser who can't stop talking to me. And then I'd be on the other end of it and I'd be like, oh no, I'm such a loser. I liked that dynamic. That was fun.
See, I have the anxious and the avoidant, but I just do the opposite of what's happening.
Yeah, right.
But I know that I'm like that, and I feel like I'm working a lot on myself. So I'm actually becoming a little secure. So I have I can feel I'm becoming more secure.
I think I'm kind of getting that way too.
But
I'm improving.
I do clock like the severe red flags pretty fast too. So, but do you know yours, Alex?
I was only thinking about it there. I'd say if I'm with someone who's avoidant, I'm anxious. And then if I'm with someone who's anxious, I'm secure.
Oh, you're like me. You're disorganized.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I was thinking back and I was like, the times I was with people who were the most avoidant, like not replying for a day or things like that, was just giving me like anxious energy that I would just look back at and be embarrassed about. But then I'm with, for example, the person with now is more anxious and I'm like, feel great. I'm like, this is going really well. There hasn't been any hiccups like that at all. Like, this is amazing. But I don't think.
So maybe you're becoming more secure too.
I think so. Yeah. I think I think I probably am very different depending on the other person.
Right.
And yeah, that is making me think that this is good for me. That I'm with someone anxious now because
you're not even having the issues.
No, I'm not having any, and she hasn't said anything to me about any issues of being avoidant or anything. So.
That's good.
This seems to be the right balance for me, I guess.
Hopefully she's not doing anything internally that you don't know about.
She says sometimes she does, but she doesn't tell me much about it. She
You should
might
ask
mention. I have asked, but it's kind of, I don't know. She's now doing her own therapy, and I think she's I think she doesn't
That's
want.
good.
I think she's had a history of saying too much to people before about being anxious and stuff and it not going well. So I just don't think she wants to,
Yeah.
which is fine. But
Yeah.
if she's whatever she thinks, yeah. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I've been pretty happy with it. So I
That's
think maybe in the
good.
future, if this doesn't work out, probably that'll be a focus to. Because as I said, when I'm with super avoiding people, it's just
Well, it does make people anxious. Like I understand why. Like the internet hates the avoidance. Like just the level of vitriol. Like if you go into the TikTok comments of someone talking about avoidant attachment style, like the comments are like, "We should burn them all." Like it's crazy.
But you know what's
but it's the
interesting?
anxious ones writing that.
Yeah.
And I think anxious is worse.
It's like the internet hates the avoidance, but the internet's what's caused avoidance. It's like technology is what's caused us to so easily enact both things.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
that's
But
true.
I think the more hurtful thing is the avoidant tendency, because technology makes things so quick. But if you're like me and you're so distracted, such a distracted person, or you want to think about what you're about to say or whatever, you could not get back to someone. It doesn't mean necessarily you're ghosting, but like you could take a couple days because you just started seeing this person and you don't really know what they expect.
Their deal is,
And then you don't want them to feel like they can expect because you're not necessarily
ready
like
for
in
that.
a relationship yet. So you don't want them to have like some kind of expectation necessarily. And it's all so much.
Yeah.
So much. I'm getting tired and I don't want to date just by talking about this.
Yeah. It's hell. I can't. I think I'm getting better, but I've also been in therapy a lot.
Yeah.
And like
I have to see Paula. I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh yeah. Like I've been seeing Alice again. My therapist's office is right by the beach, so I've been exclusively booking therapy on hot days, and then I go and cry in the ocean. It's incredible. I recommend it highly.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It's not bad at all. But I'm disabled, so I can have that kind of flexibility because I can't leave my house most of the time. So
yeah, I think what I might do with Paula, she's my therapist, is ask her to watch the pod, like how you kind of were doing with
I absolutely think
actually can you just watch
I think every
pods and get back to me with some information.
I think every comic should bring their material in like a more structured way.
Yeah, she gave me a really nice reading the last session we had on self-respect. And I think it impacted me in a big way. And I was like, oh, I just have to value myself more, respect myself more. And that's going to then overfloweth and all that stuff.
When you were saying about being tired of dating as well, sometimes it just takes one person that makes you feel like that. And then like that, it's back to, you won't be tired for a long time. And, so as much as it can feel like a cycle of doom, it also can change quickly and then. Yeah,
you're right. It can, because I remember that happening in the past. Okay, I'll start dating again. This is the pod that does it?
Yeah, it'll be, and then someone else will come on and you'll be like, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah. So I think, how do you feel? Is there anything else you wanted to use the platform for? Or did you have anything coming up? Any big stuff coming up?
Not really. Crummy's, we're sorting out a new venue, so that'll come back pretty soon. But I haven't been doing as many gigs because
you've been
my cat and my dog died 10 days apart, and I got too sad.
This woman.
I know. My life is real shitty right now, but I'm still fairly cheerful. And by cheerful, I mean delusional.
I wanted you on the pod already, but then that happened. I'm like, I have to ask her just so she has something else to think about.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I do.
Her cat and dog passed. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was brutal. It's real brutal. Like we knew the dog was going to die soon because he was, I mean, for lack of a better word, fucked.
Yeah.
He had back problems. So he had like hip dysplasia. His trachea was collapsing. He had dementia.
Oh my God.
He had incontinence from the dementia. And he was just like on painkillers all the time. And he was doing terrible. And then the trachea started to go, and it was like summer, and he was overheating, and his whole tongue was turning black. Like he was miserable. So we ended up eventually calling it. But for a long time, we managed the dementia for like a year, and we managed everything else for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But
and she had this very viral video of just
it's still going. It's still
just feeding
him all of his
dog,
snacks.
right?
Yeah, dog.
Feeding dog like all the favorite foods before they knew that he was going to be put down.
Yeah.
And just pizza and like feeding dog all these foods.
Yeah,
and then, but it's that track in the of the saxophones. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah. And people are really mad about that because the comments are very divided on whether or not I've used the sound correctly. And the thing is,
it just chooses it sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, it does choose it sometimes. That's not what happened. So the reason that I used it in the first place is because the week leading up to it, I was going insane. And I kept being like, every time I would feed him something, I'd be like, hey, dog, do you hear the saxophones yet? So it was like a running joke. And I kept making like posts from his perspective on my story. And then everyone was like, these are so funny. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to make like a compilation because I found myself going back and watching these videos of him eating pizza like every day, digging through my photos.
Oh, okay.
So I made it for myself.
Okay.
I kind of thought that sound was old news. I've never had anything. Well, I've had
that
one thing
sound with that situation is so funny. It's so funny.
But a lot of people think that I'm using it wrong, and they're very, very, very upset about it. It's been
but what do you even mean?
Well, so I didn't know this, and I was surprised because like I do follow like a lot of like very social justice focused Black creators on TikTok. So I'd not seen this discourse, but apparently there's been discourse about how like white people shouldn't be using the sound. But somehow I missed it, even though I follow like a bazillion Black Marxists on TikTok. Like they're just apparently have better things to talk about. I don't know. So I didn't know. I probably wouldn't have used it if I had realized that some people thought that. And I'm not going to delete it.
I didn't know, okay?
I didn't know. And also,
how are you supposed to know everything?
Well, there's that. But also, it's just like, it's a very small portion of people who think that. And then also, Black people in the comments are very split on whether or not I've used it correctly or incorrectly. And I think what's happening is the people who didn't watch long enough to see me reference one of the videos I'm asking him, like, do you hear the saxophones? So I think it's the people who saw it, realized that I was a white person and got mad before actually watching the whole video, are the ones who are pissed. And I'm not.
Guys, her dog died. Leave her alone. And then our cat died. And
the cat died first. But yeah, like and people are being so fucking mean to me in these comments. Like some of the shit that people have been leaving is like heinous. Like people are calling me like a murderer. Like I can't believe you gave up on your dog and like all this shit. Like I've never like if you're curious, you can find them because I didn't delete these comments. But people are like monstrous to me.
I only read comments of people I don't know. Like I don't read comments. Like I don't read my comments, and I don't read other people's. I had to only go viral one time and read for like less than 3 minutes on mine. And I was like, never do this again.
The only other time that I've gone viral was like on the chronic illness internet, and everyone was so nice to each other because like I didn't go viral enough to get the people. There's a community of people who believe that anyone who talks about having a chronic illness online is faking it, and they're like constantly like trying to catch them. There's an entire Reddit, and they call people with chronic illness munchies because they believe that they all have Munchausens. Like it's like this crazy toxic community.
Oh, and the one story that got very famous, then everyone's now sus of like,
I'm sure some people do fake being disabled, but it's not worth it to catch them because there's no way to
have that mentality, because then most of the other people actually do have something.
Exactly. There's probably like 3% of people who talk about being mental having an illness probably don't. I think that exists.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But like the idea of investigating all of those people would do so much more harm than good that I just like let it wash over me. Like I don't care. It's fine.
I just can't even read it. I don't know how you do it. You got a mind of steel.
Well, my philosophy is, when it comes to the dog comments, the comment is never going to make me feel worse than watching my dog suffocate made me feel. There's nothing someone on the internet can say that is going to make me feel worse than how I felt watching my dog suffocate.
Yeah, you have a perspective.
And that's the same way, like, people can judge my chronic illness, accuse me of faking, but there's nothing that they can say to me that is going to make me feel worse than I feel every single goddamn day from the illness I have. So
But my question is, how do you look so good with that, with all that illness?
You know what it is? I have a desk that goes over my bed, so I put my makeup stuff on my bed, and I actually do my makeup laying down. That is how I do it.
No, I'm just teasing.
But I also do my hair laying down. Like, there was a point where I was like adjusting to having this illness, like to having ME, where I looked like shit all of the time because I couldn't stand long enough to put makeup on. And it wasn't until I like invested in shit to be able to do it in my bed that I started to look hot again.
And you can adapt. You know why? Because you're a survivor.
I am. It's true. It's true.
All right. I think that's pretty good. Plus, I have to go to the washroom.
We've been yapping for a long time.
Thank you so much, Megan, for being on the pod. This has been The Weekly. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sorry.